What's going on, gamers? So I see this post here by IGN, 2 o'clock in the morning, literally not too long ago. So today, a major website hosting pirate copies of Nintendo Switch games has been shut down by the FBI. So this means that Nintendo and the FBI already had worked together to put this in place before this even happened. I want people to understand this because it's like rooted against you. What do I mean by that? Well, they make the industry so much money, it's not even funny. They also have a certain morale that represents the industry, and the FBI is going to defend that because they're defending an industry that can make billions and billions of dollars and have other things going along that. So, yeah, they're going to defend them over some random people in the room trying to be a pirate or a bum, and they're going to go after them. That's how they view things. I'm letting you guys know that. You know, with me, I said it's a double-edged sword with piracy. So everybody should be open-minded to respect other people's choices on what they want to do. I've seen people say, well, then if I don't own games, then I'm pirating. Okay, yeah, I respect that. You know what I mean? That's what you want to do. And then with me, it's like, well, Nintendo preserves physical copies, first and foremost. You know what I mean? I'm not saying destroy your physical copies because you wanted to be a moron and not realize the obvious that we are elite douchebags about certain things. And, you know, you decided to want to test the waters when we told you we're going to ban you, but they still do it anyway. So it's like, yeah, to me, those people are morons, guys. I'm just going to have to say it because it's like, is this anything new? Like, do we not, know this? You know what I mean? This is obvious to me. This is why I'm not shocked. I'm like, oh, the obvious, obviously. And here goes idiots again trying to play victim after trying to illegally pirate. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I don't feel sorry for you because you're an idiot. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you think they're going to do? But the crazy thing about this is that this goes a little bit beyond this. What's more interesting is that the FBI gets community noted, but it gets deleted. Yeah. We do have a screenshot, so we're going to take a look at that. Stuff gets interesting because they realize also, because it's not just about this, but now we're going to go into something else about in real life, which I can understand why people feel this way. We're not going to get too much into politics, but people feel realize that they will jump on a certain priority over certain other priorities that they feel like are way more threatening, dark, and just diabolical. Yeah, no, yeah, that's real diabolical. But yeah, so things get interesting. All right, so are we ready to get into this? So we have a website over here, but we also got some posts to look at. Mr. Nobody posted the FBI, and then he puts gamers, and then he puts the client list over here on the right. Like I said, we're not getting into this too much, but there is something to talk about and discuss about this because it's just reality, you know what I mean? And we don't run away from things over here. Though we're talking about gaming, but this still gives an idea about the aspect of the FBI coming in so quick, right? And Nintendo made sure. If you guys don't know, I mean, there's a mob aspect to them. There's a lawyer aspect to them, and it's been that way for a while. Things are more modern now compared to the '90s, which were a little bit more different. And the thing with that company, like I told you, you're not gonna just, yeah, they're a little bit ridiculous. Um, They'll come after you. Soldier Boy learned that lesson. So the FBI, yeah, right here. The funny thing about this is that it just paints a picture, right? You know how you got that saying, a picture paints 1,000 words? Well, yeah, you guys do the reading right here. So let's go down here. Today, we're announcing the seizure and dismantlement of several illicit video game marketplaces, right? From February to May of this year, there were approximately 3.2 million illicit downloads. Oof. And these downloads caused an estimated loss of 170 million. So they found what they were doing for Nintendo this year. But I tell you, this type of stuff is going on all the time. But with Nintendo, they're just not allowing it to happen. And the other people, they don't care. But they're not Nintendo, you know what I mean? This is how they operate, you know what I mean? No defending here, just telling you this is exactly how things work here. When it comes to all this type of stuff, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. Um, Honestly, I think if it's just regular people in the room, they should be taught a certain lesson, but there's things that may be a bit extreme. Mhm. Don't do this. Do you work for the people or the corporations? Well, first of all, let me tell you something. They answer to the president and they answer to the courts, the judge, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And to the higher ups at the top of the pyramid. The Matrix wrote all that, you know what I mean? Because it's agents. They operate in the realm and represent chaos to that certain extent. You have to understand what that means. The agents of chaos. That's how this is. Hmm. So they will represent you if they say so, who I just told you that rules over them. But if they tell them, let it happen, even if it's evil, they're going to let it happen. Hmm. So I think people have the wrong idea by looking at the FBI as if like they're just good people. If I were you, I wouldn't think that. Because, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. It could be in your favor depending on what the people that hold power over them or the beings that hold power over them say so. But if they're against you, then they're not good, right? Because to them, they would say be the villains against the humans. And that's exactly what they would do. You know what I mean? And you kind of feel like this, right? Like the gamers are being attacked over something that is evil not being attacked. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. You see what I mean? It's right in front of your face. Like, it doesn't matter. What matters is if I come to you, you know what I mean? And you know what I'm representing, you better go do that. You see what I mean? So, no, I'm not with that. But I'm telling you, people that are inviting this in their life, why invite this into your life? Like, it's crazy to me when you could just avoid a few video games, I would rather spend money and do that, right? And then guess what? Oh, I just lost that much money. Rather than ruin your whole life, or you know what I mean? Like, why are you doing it? You got millions of dollars that's exposed you because you want to sit there and think you're cool and be courageous. But guess what? You went where angels feel the tread. Metaphorically speaking, you're an idiot. It's not cool. You're not getting away with nothing. You're being a dumbass. You just ruined your life for no reason. That's what I have to say by being critical towards the human beings that do this. Why are you being stupid? You know how they are. You know what I mean? This is where I say, guys, in these videos, I don't understand why other content creators don't say this and tell people, just don't do it. Because for what? There's so much other content in this world that you could explore. We're not in a drought, you know what I mean? Where there's no games. There's so much on all these platforms. And I'm just saying, I'm speaking to people just with common sense. Why are you being dumb? You have so much, you should have so much other ROMs. Play all those other worlds, PlayStation, all of them, Sega, everything. It's all available to you. Just don't be dumb. This is literally, since somebody else isn't saying it. Pirate Nation, the FBI was community noted. Are we ready to see this? Here it is right here. The claim of an economic loss of 170 million is false. Money one did not make does not equate to a loss. Even so, the insinuation that most people who pirate would instead purchase the products is unfounded, massively bloating the statistic. Now, guys, the interesting thing about this post is that why? Let me tell you something again. We got to understand powers and principalities here. Why was it when this was posted, it's gone? You know how like other people get community noted? It's like you're exposed, right? And it's your stand. No matter what, it's always there. It was removed real quick. Think about it. Exposure on top of exposure, if you get what I mean. Yeah, because either it was that, let me, because I don't want to be so sure, because I have something else in my gut feeling, or they made a mistake and they got corrected. You guys let me know what you think. For sure, I probably have the answer, but I want to be open to see what you guys have to say about that because it does get interesting and we're not done here. Let's go over to the IGN website. Okay, so a major website pirating copies of Nintendo Switch games have been shut down by the FBI. Now, instead of illegally copied games, the notorious Nintendo Switch 2U.com, that was the website, by the way. So if you go there, it'll just tell you it's pretty much seized. Hosted a single image offering a warning message from the FBI. It hosts a single image, acknowledging the domain has been seized. The movie, oh God. The move is the latest in a string of anti-piracy efforts surrounding Nintendo games this year and follows Nintendo itself taking action to permanently brick new Switch 2 consoles that use a piracy-enabling flashcard device. Oh, about the MIG. I heard that there was actually... Okay, so it's same thing with the used copy. I was hearing that if that happened to you, call them and they'll reverse it because it's not fair. They're only permanently breaking people that actually try to pirate and steal. But for that, that's not your fault that you got to use things like that. So like the dumping and all that, I may do a separate video on that explaining all of that, but just to let you guys know about that, I just found that out, so that's cool that they're doing that. And like I said before, all of them can do that. If you try to VPN, buy something on the Microsoft Store in another region, they'll brick your console, your account, get rid of it. Look it up. This domain has been seized by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The statement, now visible on Nintendo Switch 2u.com, reads, in accordance with a seizure warrant issued pursuant to 18 USC 2323 issued by the United States District Court for the Northern District of Georgia as part of a law enforcement operation in action by the FBI and Fiscal Information and Investigation Service, which that seems to be coming out of the Netherlands. The later organization, the FIOD, which is in the Dutch, is a Dutch government agency that investigates financial crimes, suggesting that the website had ties to the Netherlands. Not surprising. Various European countries have previously blocked access to Nintendo Switch 2u.com. They were already blocking them because they knew. They don't want nothing to do with that because they realize it's not going to be dumb. It's like, dude, life is good, bro. Why invite in all that hell? You know what I mean? Don't be a dumbass. After it had been added to a EU blacklist in May, the signs were already there. But you see, they don't listen. But you'll have people that, like I said, you have a bias. It's like, you want to be honest, that won't show you the positive and negatives of both sides. It's not just Nintendo and them, but it's these idiots that provoke that and invite it into their life. Like I said, well, why are you doing this? And why are you trying to play victim? No, nobody's the good guys in any of this. They're all just, yeah. Now, the site is seemingly gone for good. IGN has contacted Nintendo for more detail on the website's closure and any next steps against those behind its operation. So we'll get more details and updates along the line. Nintendo has long waged a war on those who enable piracy of this video game. So I'm saying they've been doing this. And sought high-profile fines and even prison sentences for those involved. Not worth it, man. But the company's most recent approach of breaking Switch 2 consoles from accessing the majority of their futures has raised eyebrows with concerns around the impact of those tactics on second-hand customers, and even a legal challenge from a Brazilian authority which believes Nintendo has overreached. Okay, so my thing is, give me 1 second on this, guys. That's the right way. If they actually do abuse that, and they have been abusing that, I am 100% against that. I am not against idiots trying to steal and mod from developers who actually are developing games that give me quality products that preserve physical. I'm not against somebody bumming off of that because they're not working for free. Nobody does, you know what I mean? You're not going to want to go to an office and work for somebody 8 hours a day for 3 to 4 years for somebody to just come and download your product and steal it. No, you want to do it? I'm not going to do it. No, you're full of it. Now, if you have a personal vendetta against them, you know what I mean, and they damaged you in a certain way, or you know what I mean, you know, I can possibly understand, but where are they not preserving physical? This is what I mean. Everybody else isn't. I'm not with the key card aspect. You know what I mean? I told you I would never get that for what? Just go do digital. Screw that. But yeah, when it comes to this situation, yeah, man, I explained everything to you guys. You know what I mean about who they're going to back up, why they're prioritizing this. We took a look at that picture, and whether they called them or not, I don't know. I've seen people say that, but I'm not sure. It doesn't say that they've done that. But could that possibly have happened? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, shit's just crazy, man. Isn't this one of the most insane gaming years you've ever seen in your entire life? I think so, guys. It's just nuts, man. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. A lot of people were telling me about this yesterday, and I just ran into it. So I said I would do it, so I'm doing it. So here we are. These are my thoughts about it. Like I said, I think that people should just not be goofy and realize that they will come after you, because I think a lot of people are always comfortable being in a room and getting away with it in other dimensions. And then they realize that with Nintendo, that's not necessarily the case. Yeah, the company's crazy. So yeah, peace out, y'all. Be safe. Don't be dumb. Don't invite this in your life. Remember, life is good. There's plenty of other things to play, and you'll just be better off supporting and buying it than ruining your life and costing yourself way more money. You know what I mean? Just be smart. You know what I mean? Just outside of this, just common sense. Later, y'all. Peace out.